Hi, I'm Whitehead, and I'm just wanting to say a few words about the organisation of the resources, especially in the section of my website to do with the supervision of masters and doctoral students. One of the main issues that I focused on over the last 30 odd years is bringing the embodied knowledge of practitioners into the academy so that it can be actually validated and accredited as valid knowledge. And the resources on the website are designed to help you if you wish to bring your embodied knowledge into the academy for legitimation and academic accreditation in master's and doctoral programs. The fundamental assumption on which the resources rest is that you've already got a large amount in relation to depth and extent of embodied knowledge that you've built up over years of reflection about your own values, your understandings, your skills, and in particular the context in which you're actually working and researching. Now, many researchers, when they come into universities, find that many of the tutors and lecturers rightly want to communicate the nature of the knowledge that they've been generating. This knowledge is often written in academic journals, often in the form of theories of what we call a propositional kind. By a propositional kind, I'm meaning those that follow the kind of laws of logic that eliminate contradictions from correct thought. Or in the case of dialectics, they actually embrace contradictions as the heart of correct thinking. Now, if you're going to bring your embodied knowledge into the academy, I want to suggest that you'll have two forms of criticism that you'll need to address. The first form is the traditional one, which comes out of kinds of scholarship that would actually critique your claims to knowledge or your explanations in terms of existing theory. So, for example, you might have a look at the nature of the theories that talk about the socio-historical or the socio-cultural context in which your research takes place. Because these kind of theories can help you to understand the possibilities or the constraints on your present actions that might actually help you to improve your efficacy, the kind of efficiency of your actions as you try to live your values as fully as you can. That's the first kind of criticism, which is the traditional scholarly one. Now, the second kind of criticism is one that I think you'll probably use every day of your lives, but it won't be brought into the academy. And this is the criticism where you actually use the values that you use to give meaning and purpose to your lives into the evaluations that you make of what it is you're actually doing. Now, these values, for example, they could be your passion for freedom or justice, your desire to communicate care to the other, to develop the sense of compassion in others. It might also link in with your desire to enhance democratic procedures within the workplace. And these values, I'm saying, are embodied with energy in terms of what you do. And when you're actually being critical using these values, it's a different process that you'll need to use as you make your knowledge claims public and to be brought into the academy. And it's these two forms of criticism that I've actually emphasized in terms of the resources that I'm making available on the web. Now, when you look at, for example, supervisions in universities, you'll often find that people stress the importance of pre-existing methodologies, methodologies that you actually apply in your research. And I want to stress that notion of apply. Now, there are methodologies such as you could look at narrative inquiry, case study, phenomenology, ethnography, ethnomethodology, autoethnography, grounded theory. And 5 of those have actually been dealt with really well by Creswell in a text that I've actually critiqued and reviewed in the resources on this website. You might also, in relation to your own sense of methodology, decide that you have got what Susan Hart and Marion Dadds call methodological inventiveness. And this is where you recognise that you can't just apply an existing methodology to your inquiry, which are often of the kind of, how do I improve what I'm doing? You can't just apply a methodology. You yourself have got to generate an appropriate methodology in the course of the inquiry itself. And this is what I've been calling a living theory methodology. It is a methodology which emerges as you generate your own explanations for your educational influences in learning, and I'm meaning by this your own learning and the learning of others, and in the learning of the social formation in which you live and work. And I do stress this distinction between learning and educational learning. Much learning historically you can see has actually not promoted the values that carry hope for the future of humanity. Being born in 1944, I think you can understand why in relation to the horrors of the Second World War and the violations that took place there, where I can really understand that a lot of learning that takes place actually violates the values that I associate with the future of humanity. And so I stress educational learning to emphasise that this is learning which is actually consistent with the expression of values that carry hope for the future of humanity. And you'll see me stressing those kinds of educational learnings in the resources that I've made available on this website. You'll also see that I've encouraged you to engage with some of the most advanced social theories of the day in terms of drawing insights from those as you explain your own practice and learning in the creation of your own living theories. And I don't want to deny the value of traditional kinds of theory. I think they're most significant in that you can draw insights from those theories. What I do, however, reject is the idea that any of those theories can produce a valid and comprehensive explanation of your educational influence in your own learning, in the learning of others, and in the learning of the social formations in which we live and work. Now, I'll pause here and actually put this onto YouTube so you can access it. And I will add to this at various times where issues come up or people actually ask me if I'll make available certain kinds of resource so that we can develop an ongoing dialogue in terms of enhancing the usefulness of the resources that I make available. Okay, well, I do hope you enjoy these resources and make use of them, and that you'll actually share your own living theories and make those available to others. Bye for now.